adding polynomials. Adding polynomials is pretty simple. You've been doing it quite a bit. And when I talk about adding polynomials, adding is about combining. And combining, we've been doing that a lot. And we're also combining like terms. So when we do this, is if the term is like, for instance, if the two things are the same, then they can be combined together. Let me show you what I mean. You'll see that this is within parentheses because they would call this a polynomial. In fact, this is a binomial. Why bi? Because this a squared is not the same as the 6. They are not combined. They are just together. So this is a binomial, and this is a binomial. So you're adding to the binomials. Now, let me demonstrate another thing. Let me get my eraser out. Come on, eraser. Oh, usually it shows a little eraser there. Anyway, here we go. Look, you have the plus sign here, right? That means this is the left, this is the right. As if it was we're adding left and right. So you can combine if you see things that can be combined. So I see that this a squared is the same as the a squared on the right. So are these two like terms? And hopefully you would say, yeah, those are the same. Can I add them? And hopefully you say yes. So they can combine to make 5a squareds. Now, those have now been combined. They are no longer here. Now I look at what's left. I have a minus 3a and a 6. Can those be combined? Hopefully you say no, they have to stand alone. So let's continue to combine. We're gonna write what's left. So it's 5a squared minus 3a and a plus 6. Now I want to talk about something right now. There's something called law of power. In the law of power, all it states is this. Look, when you are looking at this, and what you're doing is you're just mixing and moving different things. I could have written it like this. And I would say, hey, is what's on the left the same as what's on the right? Hopefully you'd say yes, because they are. It doesn't matter the order that these are listed in. They are both right, okay? Now, the law of power says this. Hey, we don't want to have any fights or arguments. We want to make this kind of simple so that when we look at combination of items, we can quickly assess two different people and say, yes, this combination of items is the same. So that's why they have this thing called law of power. And what the law of power states is this. Anything with a higher exponent or the highest exponent, it's going to be written first in your list. And you'll notice that the a squared has the highest exponent there. The next one is the a by itself, and then the single numbers. Single numbers will always be written last. Okay. So what I teach students is this. Hey, because we're going to be putting these polynomials together and rewriting our list, why don't we just go ahead and when we're adding or subtracting, we just go ahead and combine. We find the highest exponent and we write that one first, or we combine that one first. So in this next one, you'll see that, well, n to the fourth is the highest exponent on the left and on the right. So let's go ahead and combine. Now, is there something on the right that I can combine with it? Hopefully you'd say no. So I would say, okay, so there's only 3 n to the fourths. So let's go ahead and take that out of our list and go ahead and write it first because it is the highest exponent. So we're going to write 3 n to the fourth. Now it's written. We don't have to consider it anymore. Now, what would be the next highest exponent? Well, hopefully you'd say, well, I see a 3 or n to the power of 3 on the left. I also see an n to the power of 3 on the right. I'm going to say, yes, let's combine those. Now, this is a plus 5n to the third. That is a minus 3n to the third. And when you combine a 5n to the third, or positive 5, and a negative 3, you get minus 2. I'm sorry, plus 2. So we have to write plus 2n to the third. Now I'm going to go ahead and scratch that from my list. See that? And then I'm going to say, well, I'm left with this n to the power of 2. And it's the only thing up there. There's no other thing with it. So we're just going to go ahead and add it to the back of the list. Plus 2n squared. And that's how you add polynomials.